Okay, we're going to go over how to explant an implant. There are a lot of ways to remove an implant. If you don't have much other than just a surgical handpiece, you can always trough around here with either a thin pointed diamond or a thin carbide, and then trough, and then put the original driver on and just reverse torque it and see if you can get it to go. Most of the drivers that come with the implant kits aren't really designed to go over about 100 Newton centimeters without having issues. So something I like is this fixture screw removal kit. You can get it from Salvin, who rebrands it from MCT, or you get it straight from MCT online. And this kit has kind of all included what you would need. We've got the fixture drills up here, which will actually reverse threaded to reverse out an implant. The trephines to help. This wrench here is one that you can take up to about 200 Newton centimeters. It's got a long handle and really robust head on it to be able to put a lot more force on there. Then on the other side here, we've got stuff to remove broken screws. So most of the more common connections here, you got the internal hex style, Zimmer, the Straumann, Octa, Astra's, Profile, and then the Nobel, normal, and replace. So, and then an old external hex one in case you need it. So that's basically the kit. Let's go over now how to use it. So we've got our jaw here. The first thing I always try to do is just, the least traumatic will be if usually you're taking an implant out, it's lost about half of its threads anyway, or it's in bad shape. So first thing I'll do is I'll just take, again, one of these fixture drills, and you'll just thread it, reverse thread it in, and then you'll take this little guy and just put it on and see if you can just back it out. And obviously this one's going to back right out because it's in a plastic jaw. So we'll go ahead and leave it be there. And I'm going to just turn this to disengage that. So let's pretend that you put that on it and torque pretty hard and nothing moves. So if that's the case, you're going to want to go back to your kit and figure out what size implant this is. This is a 4.3. So on the kit we have labeled trephine sizes 3.7 to 4.4, 3.9 to 4.6. So this one should be the one we need here, the 3.9 to 4.6. So with the trephine on, I'm going to run about 700 to 800 RPM, and you can go straight on in just a forward motion, but sometimes you have a problem with it wanting to dance off like that. So the easiest way is to start it in reverse. Just sit it right over the top of that. And remember, you're not trying to save this implant, so you have to worry more about the bone than tearing up the implant. So once you get it seated and started, see, I've set the teeth in there in reverse, just enough to make a trough. From there, it's a lot easier than to flip it into forward. And you have a trough that'll now kind of stick in as you're backing down the implant. Now if you look closely, you see maybe that one's not quite big enough. I'm cutting the side of the implant just a little. Obviously if you want these to last, it'd be better to trade up just one size so you're outside the thread, so you're cutting bone instead of titanium. So size up just one, and then same thing. I'll run it in reverse first, just to get everything set. Run it in reverse. So now I'm seated in there. Flip it back to forward. And then at this point, I run the trephine just a little bit at a time. You know, some people will just go right in and back it all the way up. And you can do that. But what I'd like to do is go in a few millimeters at a time. So I'm about 3 or 4 millimeters down with the trephine now. So at this point, I'm going to go back, get my removal wrench again, get my reverse threaded extractor tool. I'm going to seat that in, turn it counterclockwise, and then again try to back it out. Now at this point, with about a third to half the threads cut, usually then it'll just back right out. So just back and forth with that process until you get it to break loose. Once it breaks loose, it'll spin right out, and then you can see here about half of the threads, you know, that's about how much bone removed. And then you can see how conservative, for comparison purposes, I have on the right here just the osteotomy for the same size implant, and then you can see the extraction site there. So obviously sitting here on my desk, I'm not going to be running water, but important to run a lot of water and pump when you're doing this, just like you would if you were placing an implant. And having tried a lot of different ways, this is the easiest way I've found to take out an implant. So there you have it.